We are going to review subtraction across zeros. This is a difficult concept, and I know that it might need a little bit of review. So let's review. So, first thing we're going to start out with is, as we learned last week, say we have something like 27 minus 9. Now, we can't do 7 minus 9 because 9 is bigger. So, our 7 has to go next door and ask the 2 to borrow a cup of sugar. He says, 2, may I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 2 says, of course, my friend. So, he sends a cup of sugar right here, and it becomes a 17. Now, instead of having 2 cups of sugar, the 2 now only has 1 cup of sugar. Now we're ready to subtract. 17 minus 9 is 8. And 1 minus 0 is 1. So we get 18. And so since we're reviewing, I'm going to not check. Even though you know how to check, because we went over it pretty extensively. So now let's do our zeros. Going back through time, we're going to start with 1 0. 30 minus 12. Now, as always, we start on this side and we ask ourselves, is the bottom bigger than the top? Is 2 bigger than 0? And the answer is yes, 2 is bigger than 0. So the 0 has to walk next door. 3, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 3 says, of course, my friend. So that cup of sugar goes right here. And the 3 now has 2 cups of sugar. Now we're ready to subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. And 2 minus 1 is 1. And that's interesting. I didn't realize I would get the same answer. But I just made this problem up. So, and there's how you do it with zeros. But that's how you do it with 1 0. So, we had talked about 2 zeros. So let's do 2 zeros. 200 minus 152. Alright. Now we start on the side like usual. And we say, is the bottom bigger than the top? Is 2 bigger than 0? And your answer is yes. So this 0 has to go to the first whole number. To the first number greater than 0. And say, 2, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 2 says, why, of course, my friend. So the 2 sends a cup of sugar right over here and goes right here. Now the 2 only has 1 cup of sugar. Now we got a problem. So this one's taken care of. This one's taken care of. Now what happens to this? So it becomes a 9 because it didn't have any cups of sugar to give. Alright. So now it's time to subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. And 9 minus 5 is 4. So our answer is 48. Now, if you're writing notes, which I hope you are, then anytime you have zeros in the middle, I have a 1 0 here and a whole number that's not 0 here. So this first 0 in the ones place becomes a 10. And every 0 before it becomes a 9. So take a picture of that, save this video, check it out on YouTube, add it to your favorites, however you need to do it. So using that concept, we're going to take this one step further, and then we're going to take it one step further than that. So we've got the number 3,000. Minus 1,294. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to ask ourselves, where is the ones place? So guys, where's the ones place? The ones place is the 0 at the far end. So the ones place is going to become a 10. And then the zeros before it are going to become 9s. Then the first whole number we're going to take 1 away from. Now we're going to subtract. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Alright, so our answer is 1,706. Or 1706. If I say 1706, that just means 1700s and 6 ones. Because technically this would be 1700, correct? But you can also say it's 1,706. And that's a little bit more correct. So, but now we're going to redo this problem. We're going to do the same problem. I'm just going to show you the steps in a step-by-step method. Alright, so we're going to say, is the bottom here bigger than the top? And the answer is yes. So the top is going to have to go borrow a cup of sugar. Oops, can't borrow a cup there, so go next door. Oh man, I still can't borrow a cup. So we finally come to the 3 who has an extra cup of sugar. So the 0 says, 3, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 3 says, of course, mate. So the 3 sends a cup of sugar over here, and it goes right here. Now the 3 doesn't have 3 cups of sugar anymore. He only has 2 cups. Now what happens to these 2 zeros? Right. They become 9's. So this is going to become a 9. And this is going to become a 9. So as you can see, 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Now, just to refresh your memory, because I feel like this is super important, in order to check this problem, we're going to write 1,294 down here. And then we're not going to subtract, we're going to add. We're going to do the opposite. 6 plus 4 is 10. Put your 0, carry your 1. 0 plus 9 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Put down your 0, carry your 1. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Put down your 0, carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So before we scratch this out, as you can see, we started with 3,000. And we ended with 3,000. So we know we're right. So you can do that with as many numbers as you want. And just to reiterate that fact, because I know when I've asked for you to make me a problem in the past, it's always been a really, really big problem. So give me a second. I'm going to make a really, really big problem. Alright, so here is our really, really big problem. So we've got hundreds, thousands, millions, billions. So we've got 80 billion minus 47 billion, 246 million, 892,342. Now, I'm going to show you that our rule that we just discovered works for any number. So our first 0 is going to become a 10. Then every 0 before that is going to become a 9. Now, finally, our 8 is, we're going to take 1 away, and our 8 is going to become a 7. Now we're ready to subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 7 minus 4 is 3. So, our answer is 32,753,107,658, which is thankfully not what I paid for my house. Now, in order to see if we got it right, we're going to add this. Oops, down here. 2, 4, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 2. Alright. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry your 1. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1 again. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 0 plus 9 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry your 1. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So we got 80 billion, and we started with 80 billion. So we know we're right. Ha! You can't trip me up. But you see, once you learn the process, you can do the process to figure out any subtraction problem, no matter how big the problem is. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Keep studying, and next time we'll introduce a new topic and continue our look into the world of math.